Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is not a video I wanted to make, and I was hoping that I could avoid this at all costs, but I really have no choice, and I have shot my mouth off so much about this car. I feel like I have some explaining to do. I feel like there's some other people in the same boat as I am, and I'm making this video for those of you who might be interested, or they're thinking about ordering a brand new car, particularly a Chevrolet. In my case, I can give you first-hand experience on the fact in 2022. For those of you who subscribed and have been subscribed for, I say, well over a year now, first off, I appreciate you. In order to grow a YouTube channel, you have to have variation, variety, and I mean, that's not always the case, but typically it's the best route to go. After naturally having a car for a year and a half, 2 years, I really didn't plan on having it that long, but it turns out that the car is just so good. I mean, if you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to start, well, an automotive YouTube channel and you want to buy a Camaro SS1LE, it's a springboard for a lot of good attributes and just content quality as far as, what you can produce off of that car. As time progresses and as your channel grows, you're gonna need something else to move on to. When you don't have the funds, or I'm not as wealthy as some of these big YouTubers that are just able to buy cars, keep them, buy cars, keep them, buy cars, keep them. So I am having to take that next step, and it's all right because I don't have adequate storage right now, nor do I want to pay the upkeep, maintenance, or insurance the running costs on all these cars. The natural next step is to trade this car in and keep, just keep the rotation going. The fall of last year, which was 2021, I knew that I needed to be looking for the next car to be moving on to. So October 9th, I walked into my dealership, talked to my usual salesman, and we came up with the car that I thought would be the next best step. So I wanted to order a ZL1 1LE. Okay, cool, that's great. So October 9th, I gave him my build sheet. So basically what it was just a waiting game. We knew what we had. I was kind of giving them an order of a for sure sale of exactly what I want. And we came up with an allocation mid-January of 2022, just a few months back. Fast forward to January 15th, 2022. We had an allocation. I got called in and I put down a deposit. That's no big deal. I was kind of pumped because a couple months prior I'd heard the Lansing, Michigan was back and running at full speed. When I went in to put my deposit down, this is kind of where we ran into trouble, and I should have seen these red flags right away. When we went to go build this car, I told them exactly what I want. I said, perfect. I want a 2022 ZL1 1LE Rapid Blue, and I want all the options with a couple additional features, the black lug nuts, and I wanted, yada yada. They went through and typed in all the codes and necessary specifications to, see if they had the parts to build this car. Well, it turns out that Chevrolet was actually out of the carbon fiber wing, and I believe they were out of the satin wrap on, for the hood, for the 1LEs. That's no big deal. That's something you can have done aftermarket too. But the carbon fiber wing, I believe if you want to go buy that wing, it's like $5,900, so it's no joke. I mean, out of $7,500, it's the vast majority of the portion. With that 1LE option, you're going to be getting the Multimatic shocks, you're going to be getting the wheels, you're going to be getting a different front bumper with a different splitter, you're going to be getting the canards. You cannot reproduce all those options for $7,500. So we went through the build sheet. They said that the 1LE is not available. They just don't have enough carbon fiber wings to produce a 1LE for me. I had my moment, got over it. I said, fine, let's order a ZL1. It's the same powertrain, it's pretty much the same car without all the things I just mentioned. We put the build sheet through, we put the build order through. The car was built, boom, like that. It took like maybe a week and a half. The car was completed. So I thought. They said, your car is done being built. Great. And I was kind of placing a lot of faith that they've been dealing with this for a while. So I was relying on their past experience with all this new car ordering and just dealing with everything associated with COVID. We came up with the plan to, just get the financing done, pay for the car, and it's 100% mine. We all thought that the car would come here faster. Okay, great. not a problem. I'll be over, you know, this Saturday. Went through and we pushed the paperwork through, got the car completed, blah, blah, blah. Got, you know, talked to the bank, got everything finalized, signed on the dotted line, did everything that we were supposed to, waited, still no car. That day that I completed my loan, I called OnStar because every time you buy a brand new Chevrolet or, you know, GM product, you get a free month of OnStar. If you give them a form of payment or whatever, they'll give you 2 additional free months. I mean, if you really like the service and you're going to use it, it's worth it. If not, I mean, I have a manual transmission, so I don't have remote start. The only thing that you really have any use out of that OnStar for is to unlock the door remotely. Maybe the onboard diagnostics, it's really not really functional to me, and it's not worth the money, nor do I use the 4G Wi-Fi hotspot. So definitely I'm not interested in it. I told them, I said I just want the 30 days, you know, just to track the car. That's when I made the video, put it out about, great, we'll just keep track of the car, and you know, whenever it moves and ships and being on its way. Actually, 1 week goes past, and it turns out that the whole system just shuts down and goes to sleep if you don't keep the car active or whatever. If you have like a weekend warrior which you haven't driven in like a month or whatever, and you know that, and you've had this happen, or you know this to be a fact or whatever, I'm kind of wondering if I got cut short and they kind of cut me off here because they knew what I was doing. As of right now, and as of, you know, pretty much that week after February, I have no contact with the car. I can't tell shit. So basically, I am 100% reliant on my dealership at this moment. I have called everybody. I have called Roadside Assistant. I have called GM Hotline. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'll put their customer service. I believe it's option number 4 once you dial the 1-800 number, but I'll put the number on the screen. At this point, I'm pretty worked up. I'm getting upset because let's be honest, I've spent a lot of money, well, what I feel is a lot of money on a car, and I talked to my dealership. I think that my dealership could tell that I was getting pretty pissed off and about ready to back out of the deal or, you know, lawyer up. It was about to take a freaking left-hand turn out of nowhere and go someplace real bad it didn't need to. So I got a call from my dealership. My salesman called me and said that GM had produced this new team called Level 2. And this Level 2 program was created for situations just like this, to help get these cars out to customers faster and delegate and kind of the flow of vehicles, because at this point I guess the border in Canada cut loose, so they sent a bunch of cars, or I'm sorry, they sent a bunch of trucks up north to go get a bunch of cars. So, you know, pretty much down here in the lower 48, we're running that much further short on transportation as far as logistics go. After hearing about this Level 2 program, I just kind of offered, and I threw it out there. I said, hey, keep the money, keep the destination charge. I don't care. At this point, I just want my damn car. Turns out that's not an option. And I'm hearing through other sources, not credible sources, but it kind of does make sense that this is, GM has their own union transportation companies. These automotive transportation carriers actually have like a certain system that they use to distribute cars throughout the country. That's kind of where I believe this Level 2 program came in. If it exists, I don't know. I can't get any real tangible evidence. I can't get an answer out of anybody. Yes, no, maybe, whatever. I told them that they could keep the destination charge. I will be up there the next day. I said I'll be there in 10 hours. Not a big deal. Just give me the car, open the gate, give me the keys. I can peel off plastic and set a radio with the best of them. PDI done. Even though it's my property and I have bought and paid for it, that it is still under GM's responsibility for any liability of damage. So the insurance gymnastics that they go through, it trickles down from GM to the transportation company, and then once it touches ground at the dealership, the liability goes to the dealership, and then I have to transfer insurance onto the car take possession of it to drive it off the lot. Somehow, some way, I don't know how, but this is a big liability for them, so therefore they don't let anybody come and get their car. And this is the first week of April 2022. I have heard that this situation is going to get worse. The semiconductor computer chips, it's going to get worse, and we are looking at another shortage coming. I believe that the Silverado plant is closing for another 2 weeks. Ford and Chevy are going to be closing down for another couple weeks to catch up with parts. I have no information on it. I don't know anything about those plants closing down, but I do hear that this is going to be getting worse. The good news for me, and I feel for the rest of you that this is not the case, my car is 100% completed, and it is waiting on a transportation company to pick it up. That is it. If you're stuck where I was, after the car is done being built, they do have these staging processes that they call, where they're, you know, the bulk of the car, you'll get like 98% of the car done, and if it needs like a semiconductor chip plugged in, they're gonna park it out in a parking lot and wait for that part to be done, you know, come off the assembly line. That way they can just go out, plug it in, and, you know, it'll pass its final inspection. They'll put it on a truck, send it to the dealership. I hear that there are going to be another shortage of chips coming. There's a third party company coming in, buying all the chips that are running the price through the roof, and it is causing, you know, MSRPs to go up, and there's costs going up all over the place. Like I said, right now the new and used car market's kind of becoming a joke. It's becoming a huge disaster. Honestly, if you need to order a brand new car, if you have to have one, it's gonna be a long time. You better get it in right now. If, you know, they'll take your order at all. If you can wait, I would 100% wait. Just fix what you have, wait, because this has become a nightmare, and this has brought so much stress into my own personal life. It is a day-to-day basis where I am calling and arguing, and there's just so much unnecessary BS in my life at the moment. Yeah, if you can avoid this, don't do it. In the past, I've kind of made the argument that Chevrolet dealerships are like gas stations. They're on every street corner, and there are a ton to pick from. But it also pays off to have a good relationship with one and kind of, you know, pick the good one and just stick with it no matter what. You can always make more money. The inside details and the inside information and the trust and just everything else that you build with those people, you can't pay for. My dealership has stepped up. They let me, you know, drive my 2019 Camaro. It's kind of nice because, you know, I'm putting miles on their car instead of my own. You know, the flip side to that is I don't really care because, you know, it's time that I can't get back, and that's the part that stresses me out the most. Is I'm buying this car to create content with. I bought the car because I've always wanted to have one, but I bought the car to, you know, grow my channel, grow my business, make this brand bigger and bigger, and do what I can to produce content to put online. And with no car, I can't do that. So as you can see, it's time that you can't get back. Also time as far as when I bought my 2019, it was October 12th of 2019, and those of you who buy brand new cars, you know, it's kind of nice to have the current model year in the same year. And I've pretty much done everything possible as far as starting the order in October of 2021 to make sure that I have a 2022 early as possible in the year of 2022. It's something stupid and insignificant to other people, but like I said, for those of you who drive a brand new car, it's kind of nice to have the same model year and inside the same year. And this is all going to depend on the dealership, but my dealership has reached out. They're you know, they've kind of offered me some things for free, although I'm not after free stuff. I just want the freaking car. I got 3 months of free OnStar. You know, my dealership has went to, they're gonna go to the board as far as like pushing, you know, for other stuff to make this up to me as far as what GM has shorted me on. I have a payment coming up. You know, that's like I told him, I said my first payment's coming up and I don't have a freaking car. I've got a big problem with that. So my dealership has actually stepped up and they're gonna pay the difference from the orange car to the blue car, you know, until the blue car gets here. So like I said, whenever you can make a relationship with the dealership, don't burn that bridge. Don't let that go. I mean, as far as, you know, people treating you how you want to be treated, or how you know, just stepping up and making things right with the customer. It's kind of rare these days, especially with how many options everybody's got to pick from as far as which dealership to go to, and just sales people in general inside that one dealership. If you get a chance to develop a relationship with a dealership, do so. I highly recommend it, without having to call them or without having to you know, hound them or whatever. Anytime they get an update, anytime they know something different, they always call and, you know, let me know. They keep me in the loop. They keep me updated and tell me, good, bad, or indifferent, exactly what the situation and where everything's at as far as we stand, as far as getting the car here. So, and another pro, which the pro list here is pretty short, but another pro is that all the numbers are locked in. So when they have dealer markups, or they have any kind of price influx or any other thing, I'm not paying it. I've already paid my markup. I've already paid all my ADMs. The assistance that my dealership is giving me for the price difference of the car from month to month, it's all going to principal. So my payments to my principal, I've already started. The curvature of my loan has already started. It's going down. Plus I'm putting miles on their car and not mine. And it could be a lot worse because I could be driving some little economy car instead of, you know, them let me drive a Camaro SS1 LE. Props to my dealership for stepping up and taking care of me on that one, as far as doing the best that they could with the situation that we have at hand. Now, for those of you that know and follow my channel, I created a short. Not a lot of people are commenting, but I found a Gen 5 Z28. Another reason that I developed a relationship with the dealership is I went and, if you will listen, I'm gonna put a clip of this video up. I'm created a short, and if you listen real close halfway through, you can hear the salesman tell me that the price is $64,998 or whatever, $889 or what, you know, whatever. It's almost 65 grand that he tells me. Okay, I spin around, leave the car lot, I look that exact car up on their online website. What do you think I see? Boom. 5 grand cheaper. I found Gen 5 Z28. I believe it had a little bit of damage on door skin and a little bit of damage on the front fender. Whatever. The car is almost mint. I'm thinking about backing out of the deal with my ZL1. Tell me what you guys think. Would you back out of this deal? Would you wait for the ZL1? I'm thinking, as far as, you know, this is like a business to me, this channel. So that car is gonna go up in value. They only made like 1,800 of those cars. LS7, 305s in all 4 corners, plus carbon ceramic brakes. That's nothing that the ZL1 has. Both are badass cars. The Gen 5 is the longest wheelbase of any Camaro ever made. So I'm thinking that this car has got serious potential, and I'm not really gonna lose money in the long run. Tell me what you guys think. Should I kill this deal? Because there's no telling. The salesman at the other car lot, take it with a grain of salt, thinks that I might be getting the car in June. So the thing is you know, here's the deal. Like I said, I gotta think of this as a business. If you guys want to see Gen 5 Z28 content, comment below. Other than that, if you guys have any similar experiences, if this BS is happening to you too, comment below. I suppose I'm gonna have to leave it there because until I get an update or until I get any further information, that's all I know. I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can. Until then, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Take care. I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Hopefully this car will get here pretty soon. Later.